What's up, YouTube? So, I've been talking about playing this for a good while. You guys know how much I absolutely adore Black War Greymon, and I'm super happy to be able to play this deck after BT9 has come out now. I went to the Store Championships this last weekend. I took second with this deck, as you guys saw from the title. The deck was super fun. I just severely misplayed last round. Was suffering through a really bad migraine and was just exhausted, so I completely misplayed. Nothing against my opponent. He's a good buddy of mine, Donkey Nog Moment, dude. Love playing against you. Always, like, you're such a good dude to play against. Always positive, dude. So he absolutely whipped my ass, which you guys will see in a video here in a few days, to be honest with you. So we're just gonna kind of get into the build that I played. So we're going to be playing 5 Koromon total. I personally really enjoy playing more of these than I do the BT5 ones, just for the fact that I want my Gaiomon to be bigger than problems in security such as Deathxmon, Dexmon, or Yukin. I want him to be bigger than anything physically possible, and I want to be able to do that without having to deal with things. So I think the plus 1000 is a huge deal, as well as the one of Koromon being able to give you the draw for consistency is really nice. So level 3s, we have 4 Tapermon. I personally really like the black-red build, to be honest with you. I personally think it is much more consistent. I think it is much better than playing the Nokia version. I just absolutely enjoy being able to have a plus 1000 during both players' turns, when it's just, in general, it's fantastic for both players' turns where it's just bigger. 4 BT8 Agumon for a ton of searches, because we were playing a ton of Greymon names. We were also playing a ton of dual colors and Dragonkin. So this gets a ton of searches because, like, you can take a Greymon or a Metal Greymon and then also take your Gaiomon or your Black War Greymon. Then we were only playing 3 of the BT5 Agumon because we were also playing 2 of our new Agumon X. So what we're trying to do here is, say we end a turn, like we were given 3 memory, we play this, go to 0, get your first search, Evo for free on top here, and then get a draw, get another search immediately. And then we can just pass by playing like our Tamer or evolving it, whatever. But at that point, we have not only gotten 2 searches, we've gotten an additional draw as well as advantage. So even if they out this the next turn, just getting rid of it off the board, we've gotten enough searches to where we are setting up our next stack, which is great. Agumon X, I truthfully think, is such a good card. Level 4s. Going along with the red-black, we're playing 3 Deltamon. This card is absolutely nuts because, yes, he is a 3-cost level 4, but the fact of the matter is he also reduces your next evolution cost by 2. And for each of this Digimon's colors, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 or less, which can come up a ton. It actually did come up a ton. We've got 4 Greymon. At the end of the video, I'm also going to go over kind of what I played against and how those shaped up, because it was a 5-round day for the Store Championships for the 16-person. So, 4 of this, the Black Greymon, this card's insane because it turns your Giant Gaiomon and your Black War Greymons into blockers. It also turns your Metal Greymons into blockers. Like, this card's just absolutely nuts. And then I originally was playing 3 Monochromon. I'm actually now playing 3 Greymon because essentially this becomes a blocker when you immediately Evo for free on top of these. No, you cannot search these off of like Maki like you can Monochromon, and you can't reduce its cost by that. But at the same time, you're evolving for 2 here, and if it's still your turn, you evolve immediately for free. So immediately he is now a free blocker off of that, which makes him absolutely nuts, which I personally love. Level 5s. I'm only playing 1 Megadramon. I truthfully just think the one of is okay. At the entire tournament and in all of my testing so far, I have not wanted more than one of these. To be honest with you, there are times where I've seen this and not seen my Metal Greymon and been really upset because, like, I really wanted this to be the Metal Greymon. There were multiple games where if it had been Metal Greymon, I would have immediately won no matter what, instead of having to play through multiple parts of that turn. Just for the fact that, like, Metal Greymon could have outed more, I could have swung over things easier instead of, like, having to out them different ways. Then we have 4 of the BT8 Metal Greymon. This card is nuts because you get to de-evo, you get to delete things. Also, in its sources, you immediately get to just swing over anything as long as it's Dragonkin or Machine. This card's so good. To go along with our Metal Greymon, we're playing 3 Alteris mode. I cannot say enough about how good this Alteris mode is, because not only does your Greymon here give effect protection from bouncing and destruction, but so does your Alteris mode. I literally built a board that was Agumon into Agumon X, Greymon, Greymon X, and then Metal Greymon Alteris mode. So I had 3 different layers of protection, and he was a blocker, being able to swing over unsuspended Digimon. It was just insane the amount of things that stack could do because of, like, Alteris mode and Greymon. The fact that you can just do things like that is so insane to me for this deck, and Alteris mode is such a good card. Then we're getting into our level 6s. I personally enjoy playing 4 of the Black War Greymon. There are times where I think I would switch my count because I'm playing 4 Black War Greymon, 4 of the Gaiomon for the Gaiomon Control. There are some times where I honestly wish this had been one more of these, and that was actually one of my misplays. We actually go over at the end of the video if you guys want to watch. It'll be going up in a few days of myself versus Donkey Nog. He actually shows that I was so tired I missed the play where I could have evolved this over one of my Metal Greymon, swung, deleted things, and reset his board, where I was trying to think of playing this, then this, instead of just evolving for the 5 here. So I was trying to think of the long way around it instead of just the quick way, and it actually ended up costing me that second game. Which, crap happens, we all make misplays. It just, like, he saw it and I didn't, and it kind of sucks, but, you know, stuff happens. So we've got that for our level 6s. We are only playing 1 level 7 in the form of Death X, Dexmon. I truthfully don't like the name Death X. I don't know why they didn't just keep it Dexmon. I love this card so much. I did not get to actually play it at the Store Championships, unfortunately. He just did not come up. There were multiple different times where, like, I had him in hand, but playing him was not the better play. It was actually to play something different. But this card is actually insane as a one-of, like, truthfully. If you're playing a deck that can play it, like, not only play it, you can Evo him on top of your Gaiomon because we are black, is actually cracked. We've got 2 Hero as our memory setter. Also, again, same situation as the Koromon and the Tapermon. I want my Gaiomon to be huge. I just absolutely do. I want him to be big. I made my Gaiomon at one point, I think 19k, so at that point in the meta, there's nothing that auto can stop him from swinging and checking everything. So, and that's kind of the purpose of this deck. It's Gaiomon Control. It's not actually we're trying to swing for everything like other versions where if we're playing like the pure red version with Nokia, I actually like the control aspect better because it makes you think more. Then we're playing 4 of the Maki. Please ignore the 1 non-stamped pre-release. I've got it coming in the mail, but I really wanted to get this profile up for you guys. So we're playing 4 of the Maki. It immediately searches the top 3 cards of your deck for a Tapermon and a 2-color card, which can search Death X, which is gross, if you need it. And then you also can reduce costs similar to Nokia for dual-colored cards. So this plus a Deltamon evolving into a Metal Greymon immediately makes him a cost of 1, which is absolutely crazy. For our options, we are going to be playing 2 Black Memory Boost. For the build for this, I absolutely think Black Memory Boost is way better than Red Memory Boost. Originally in testing, I was trying Red Memory, but it just was not, I was not seeing or grabbing the things I wanted enough. Switching it to Black Memory Boost, I've been seeing everything I needed. It's been able to search things better. Like, it gets you to the options you need better than Red Memory Boost because we are playing more black cards than red. Then we are playing one Delicate Plan and one Gaia Force Zero. Delicate Plan is more there for our initial swing, because I have honestly, every time I've swung, the first 2 or 3 checks with Gaiomon have always, and I'm not even joking, always been huge options. And that happened against a buddy of mine, Austin. You guys have seen him in other videos. He was playing Bielstar. The first 2 checks of his were a Cocytus Breath and a Happy Bullet Showering. And I played Delicate Plan before I swung and ignored both of them. So the card is insane. Also, Gaia Force Zero is absolutely nuts. The ending board in one of my rounds was I was playing against Alphamon. He set up the Dorugumon X, or Dex Dorugumon, where it has blocker and retaliation. He had 0 security left, and so we ended up going ahead and playing the Gaia Force Zero, deleting it because it was his only blocker, which immediately allowed my Gaiomon to swing for game. So Gaia Force Zero is actually really, really good. So my matches, honestly, were really good. So round 1, I ended up getting paired against a blue-yellow Magnamon X, and that was actually really fun. I got Mega Deathed like 4 times, but because of the Alteris mode and stuff like that, like, we were able to continuously survive, and he just could not get my stuff off the board. And we just blocked literally everything he played, so it didn't really matter. And that's basically how games 1 and 2 went. Then round 2, I ended up facing off against Wargreymon X. He sort of bricked game 1, and I basically had perfect stack, so I basically just kept deleting everything and de-evolving everything continuously. He just couldn't come back after I kept breaking up his stacks. Round 3, I ended up playing against the Alphamon, which game 1, he bricked really hard, and I perfect stacked and just controlled the game the entire way from there. And game 2, I talked about the Gaia Force Zeroing for game, which is really insane. And then round 4 is when I ended up playing against Bielstar, my good buddy Austin. We played against each other, and those were really, really long games. We ended up going into time. He misplayed the very last second, which would have put us into a tie, which would have made it where there wasn't a 5th round, but he misplayed, didn't see the Fly Bullet play, or Happy Bullet Showering play, to force me to delete, and Cocytus Breath passing, whatever, to where it would have forced the tie. He didn't see that. I ended up just swinging for game from there. And then round 5, you guys will see that video up here in a few days, was myself versus Moman, Donkey Nog. Dude's a good guy, and I just, we both kind of bricked game 1, but he played Metal Greymon X, which checked 3, and I couldn't out it. So from there, he just pushed game on his next turn. And then from there, game 2, I misplayed not seeing the Gaiomon being put over Metal Greymon to delete his stack, or de-evo, delete his stack, and then swing over the Agumon, resetting his entire board. So I misread the board and was trying to find a way to get into Wargreymon to delete his tie. I got so focused on deleting his tie first before playing the Gaio, I just completely misplayed, and he took the game from there. But it was a really good day. Gaiomon Control took it to 2nd place for the day. The deck is super fun. I normally, as you guys know, I play Ancient Greymon a ton. And so to play something that's not just rush your opponent down to death is really kind of fun. Being able to play something more controlling, being able to play something that is really just kind of closer. You have to think through more instead of play a Gunimon, swing, check 5, yada yada. You actually check 2, pass turn, reboot, blocker, delete, de-evolve, continuously controlling your opponent's board state. It makes the deck really fun, and I really, truly enjoy how the deck plays at that point. So hopefully you guys enjoy the deck too. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys have any other decks you guys want to see. My nephews are playing Grandis and are playing Metal Garurumon X. They both bricked really bad at the store championships on Sunday. So Connor was playing his Metal Garurumon. He bricked really bad all day. So it just kind of, he didn't do well. Braden did a little bit better with Grandis. There was a couple of times he misread one of his plays as well where he could have done better. But again, they're younger teenagers. Stuff happens. I'm proud of how they did and how they've been reading the card game since this is their first, like, real competitive card game. So shout out to my nephews. Like, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I truly love seeing how far you guys are coming in your first actual competitive card game and how much you guys are enjoying playing Digimon. So again, guys, don't forget that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more stuff coming. I've got a ton of battle videos and stuff coming up here in the next few days. I will catch you guys later. Peace, guys.